Hello and welcome to the program. This is the conversation on housing development. Today we shall be discussing the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. The coastal highway is projected to cost 15 trillion naira and is to transfer 8 states starting from Lagos and terminating in Cross River State. Now this ongoing construction of the highway has generated both criticisms and praises for the federal government from different sections. Joining me after the break is Mr. Goodwill Ogbuefi. He's a public affairs commentator. Let's go for a short break. I'll be back.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join Africa International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming, housing news. You can also locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, as well as live chat. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from Apple Store and Google Play Store. Don't forget to click on the notification button, available for both iOS and Android users.
Welcome back. I'm being joined by Mr. Goodwill Ogbuefi, a public affairs commentator. Good to have you in the studio, sir.
You're welcome, madam.
Alright, so now let's look at, in terms of priority, at the gaps and major economic and challenges of how much importance is this project, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. How much importance is it to Nigerian economy? How can this project add value to our economy at this time?
Obviously, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project is a good one. It should have been something government should have looked at yesterday. The concept of a major highway that traverses north, south, east and west has been there since colonial times. And one of the popular commissioner of finance in those days, in 1955, Festus Okotie Ebo, was first rumored to be the person who came up with the concept. So this project is good because first, those major highways is both a rail and a road highway, connecting cities and towns and states across many states from north to south. It is believed that the first major part of this will begin from Lagos, connect some major parts of Lagos to another part of Lagos, and then from there move down to Ogun, Ondo, and from there move towards the south to towns, states like Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, and then terminating in Calabar. Mind you, this is connecting train, vehicular movements, people, and then also bringing them access to the sea. Of course, you know, Calabar has one of the major long beaches in West Africa. Some of the, I think one of the popular beaches there is over 30 kilometers in length. And just by the easy movement of goods and services across the north and south of Nigeria, that is a major breakthrough. The second thing it will bring is that you will notice that it will contribute to the GDP. You know, the economic indices used to measure a country's growth over the years, because as you are developing those things, it's contributing to infrastructural investments in that country, building up the economic value of that country, and there will be a lot of jobs created. Imagine all the trains that will be installed on those rail tracks. Imagine the companies that have to service the rail train. Imagine all the train drivers that will be trained. And then you look at the indirect consequence of such a road. Any road network you see, there's a major highways, developed cities. Alright,
so you've mentioned the fantastic values this Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway will add to Nigeria's economy. Let's look at the downsides. Many homes and businesses will be affected by this project. Shouldn't the government put this into consideration, you know, considering the huge housing shortfall in our country?
Yes. Before you embark on a major infrastructure project like this, government should have done feasibility, EPA, environmental impact assessment, and other analysis that are required. I want to believe that the route this road is following, the feasibility study and other studies must have taken into consideration population centers where people stay and infrastructure. The problem is, do we have a culture of government being obligated to its people? The right thing to do is that having mapped out a road, you know the infrastructures that are there, you factor in the need to compensate where government has overreached. This project was probably approved in Federal Executive Council late last year, October, November, or thereabout. You would expect government to look at people who have infrastructure who before now were not aware that government was going to route a route through that. You look at ways, you take an inventory, you look at hotels, and in some very large human populations where you feel you can, roads can be, the mapping of roads and where they follow can be adjusted. What government needs to do, and this is where the civil society groups need to come in, groups that are pressure groups for government, you need to look at the map of the road along the first phase that is going on. That first phase is running from Amado Bello Way in Victoria Island to the Lekki Free Trade Zone, where the Dangote refinery is situated and the Lekki Deep Sea Port is situated. This is where civil society groups will come in. So government has to look at the issue of compensation now, not later.
All right, so government has to look at the issue of compensation now and then later. Okay, so let's look at the impact this we have on foreign investors. You know, hotels are being demolished right now in Lagos State. What impact would this have on foreign investors coming into the country?
For foreign investors, that will not have major impact if the demolitions show that government is justified or government has adequately compensated the people who were affected. But it can also help the foreign investors from a positive angle. You see, Nigeria is the largest population of black people anywhere in the world. Nigeria has the largest number of young population in Nigeria, in Africa, and so Nigeria sits at a very critical junction for the continent of Africa. Once foreign investors begin to see infrastructure development that looks enduring for posterity, for our children's children, and they see this type of project, they already know where you are going. Nigeria can be the free trade zone or where a trading hub in West Africa, and by extension the whole of Africa. So you could also see other indirect projects that will work in tandem with government's goal of building major coastal highways coming in. You can see Nigeria begin to work on its coastal areas and its waterways. Why can't somebody take a speeding boat somewhere from Lokoja to Lagos? Or why can't you move from Calabar to Lagos as a normal mode of transport, not just for trade? So you could see other things can begin to come in.